yeah, in this industry, in this business, families are kind of forced to be apart a lot.
She's way smarter than me. I love to be extremely annoying to her. And I hate you. Your rubber suit. I hate you too.
We can talk to 2 Atlanteans at once. I love this so much, you guys, that this is live. You never know who's going to show up.
Lisa Bonet is finally breaking her silence on how Amber Heard completely broke her family, and she is revealing some new details. She also spoke about after her ex-husband, Jason Momoa, got a little too carried away talking about his new boo, Adria Arjona, claiming this woman came in and saved his whole life. But Lisa is saying, let's not rewrite history. According to her, Jason was already out here trifling way before Adria entered the chat, and allegedly, the cracks really started showing when Jason got tangled up with Amber Heard. So here's what really happened. In May 2024, before his divorce from Lisa was even finalized, Jason Momoa went public with actress Adria Arjona, who is 24 years younger than him. And now Jason is out here saying this is the most serious relationship of his life, even though he spent 16 years with Lisa. A source close to Jason recently talked to the National Enquirer and said that Jason is turning his whole approach to life upside down for this relationship with Adria. This source claimed that this is supposedly a huge change from Jason's behavior during his marriage to Lisa, and then they even threw some shade at Lisa, implying that she didn't do enough to keep Jason in check. The insider shared, Lisa let Jason be Jason, and he was happy to run wild and let it all hang out and be himself, for good and for bad. But Adria has created a real change in Jason since they got together, and he has toned down his antics and the over-the-top aspects of his personality. Around Adria, Jason is calmer, he's more charming, and he has moments of genuine patience and humility, which is the biggest change, the source added. Now wait a minute, why is this source running to the tabloids to badmouth Lisa? And let's be real, who else would this be coming from if not Jason himself? Because it's real funny how a man who's supposedly so happy with his new little girlfriend is now catching an attitude and throwing shade at his ex-wife of 16 years. And it's even shadier knowing that Lisa Bonet has always moved in silence, and she never spilled any of Jason's business. She could have aired him all the way out, but she didn't. So the fact that she's being painted as the problem now, yeah, that's giving a guilty conscience. And can we talk about how wishy-washy this man is? He claimed he was madly in love with Lisa, but then he cheated on her with Amber Heard, allegedly. And now he's Mr. Calm and mellow all of a sudden? Yeah, okay. So Jason and Lisa got together way back in 2005, but they didn't get married until October 2017. And wouldn't you know, that same year is when Jason just so happened to start getting real cozy with Amber while filming Aquaman. And here's the gag. This was way before Johnny Depp ever filed that defamation lawsuit. So fans were already side-eyeing the situation and clocking Amber getting a little too flirty in interviews with Jason.
I think they're all perfect. Harry.
Did you just think, honestly, did you just pick the only person you were like,
No.
what? You know?
No.
Okay. I am a big fan of Beatrice. I just want to hang out.
I like her.
I went with Harry.
Oh, you like Harry too?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. You went home.
Now fast forward to Amber's 2018 appearance on the Jimmy Fallon show, and she starts insinuating that it was actually Jason who couldn't stop trying to get her attention. And not only that, but she also joked that Jason was a whole narcissist.
Jason's allergic to being ignored. So he can't sit still. So no matter what, if he will push, prod, nudge, shove you, anything to get your attention, especially if you enjoy a quieter activity like reading. And on set I like to read, and that just drives him nuts. So he quickly adopted this method to, give himself relief. He just adopted this method of ripping out the last pages of my book. And so you're
joking.
No, which is annoying. You get to the last 10 pages and they'd just be gone.
But see, fans weren't buying it. A lot of people were already side-eyeing Amber heavy at this point and saying something about her whole vibe felt off. And some even accused her of projecting, because you know how narcissists love to flip the script and slap that label on somebody else. However, let's not act like Jason was innocent in all this. He was clearly responding to Amber's flirting and didn't bother to set boundaries as a married man. And that's not all. After the whole Johnny Depp situation blew up and fans started writing petitions trying to get Amber booted from Aquaman, guess who swooped in to save the day? Yup, Jason. Sources inside the industry claim that Jason used his pull with the studio to make sure Amber stayed in the movie. One producer also shared at the time that Amber was almost cut from the Aquaman sequel, but Jason and director James Wan were adamant she stayed. Now, why would Jason go that hard for a problematic coworker? That's what had fans start wondering if there was something more going on between Jason and Amber. And the crazier part is that Jason and Amber kept publicly flirting the whole time. And sometimes they even did it in front of Lisa.
This is live. You never know who's going to show up. You can feel the energy just.
January 2022, and Jason announced that he and Lisa were separating after 16 years together. They also released a joint statement saying, "We have all felt the squeeze and changes of these transformational times. A revolution is unfolding, and our family is of no exception, feeling and growing from the seismic shifts occurring. And so we share our family news that we are parting ways in marriage. We free each other to be who we are learning to become." And right away, people started speculating that Jason stepped out on Lisa with Amber. Now, neither one of them ever confirmed this. However, they didn't deny it either. And knowing how Lisa moves, there's no way she could stay with a cheater. One fan said, "The way Lisa dropped Lenny when he cheated during their marriage, I can 100% believe that Jason did the same and she peaced out. Lisa is a real one. She knows her worth and won't allow herself to be disrespected." And someone else went off on Jason saying, "I've been a big Jason Momoa fan for a while, but when he said he and Amber are pretty much the same, that did it for me. I'll never look at him the same again. He ruined his marriage for a no-good floozy that just sets out to ruin relationships. It's really sad that he allowed her to get to him when he seemed to be so happy in his marriage. But honestly, looking at how Jason is moving now with this new girl, Adria, and talking about her like she performed a miracle, while low-key throwing shots at Lisa for absolutely no reason, it's giving Lisa dodged a bullet. Because why are you so pressed about your ex-wife if you're supposedly happier than ever? That man is doing entirely too much." Meanwhile, Lisa is still classy, still quiet, still not spilling a drop of tea she could spill, and that alone tells you who really won. And let's be real, Lisa is out here really living, okay? While all these other celebs are knee-deep in some Hollywood mess, Lisa dipped all the way out. And she's actually one of the very few who got into this industry young and somehow managed to keep her mind, her spirit, and her soul intact. She now lives on this beautiful 5-acre ranch in Topanga Canyon, minding her business, surrounded by animals, trees, fresh air, and peace. Just vibing with nature, grounding herself, and protecting her energy. And she looks as gorgeous as ever at 58. Meanwhile, her ex-husband is out here doing interviews, leaking sources, and trying to convince his young girlfriend to keep him. And listen, no body shaming, just observation. But he don't look like that Jason Momoa anymore. And it's not just about weight, looks, or aging. It's the energy. The way he carries himself now is different. And y'all, the outfits, the pink toenail polish, that's definitely not the same Jason. Lisa really had this man at this peak, and now it's just not giving what it used to. Anyway, y'all, let me know how you feel about Jason low-key shading Lisa and saying this new girl changed his life. And what's your take on those Amber Heard rumors? Do you think Jason really stepped out on Lisa with her? Drop all your comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.